Mount Pinatubo, a volcano in the Philippines. Its series of eruptions in 1991 are thought to be the largest of the 20th century. Huge quantities of volcanic ash buried homes and fields. When rain came, the ash turned to mud flows that caused even more damage. The homeless residents were forced to eke out an existence living in tents. The village of Daraga, on the foothills of Mayon, another volcano in the Philippines, saw homes swept away by mud flows caused by torrential rains. People used their hands to dig out the areas buried in mud. This landslide was triggered by the Muzaffarabad earthquake in Pakistan. The tent camp housing refugees from the powerful quake was struck by a landslide triggered by aftershocks. This was the disaster scene, with the frames of tents half buried in the earth. 12 people died here, including 8 children. This landslide took place in Japan's Niigata prefecture. It was caused by the infiltration of meltwater from snow into ground weakened by an earthquake. This is rare aerial footage of a debris flow, one type of landslide disaster. A debris flow consists of soil, rock, and sand flowing along together, mixed with a large quantity of water from heavy rain. The speed of the flow depends on the size of the debris flow, but is usually between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour. These torrents can demolish homes and fields in the blink of an eye. Debris flows are typically caused by heavy rains. As the rain seeps into the ground, it is normally diverted by impermeable strata and flows out as groundwater. But when violent rainstorms occur over short time periods, the rain saturates the ground and its weight causes sudden collapse. A debris flow flowing down a slope carries away trees and other obstacles and just grows larger, resulting in terrible destruction. Because landslides can be so destructive, it's vital to remain vigilant in the aftermath of an earthquake, typhoon, or severe rain. Mount Merapi stands in central Java, one of Indonesia's main islands. The island's most fertile agricultural region lies at the foot of the mountain. The staff of this government office are beating a traditional drum called a tom-tom, made from a hollowed-out section of tree trunk. When people at a distance from the office hear the tom-tom, they beat their own tom-toms. This is the signal for a volcano alert. Mount Merapi is an active volcano. Today, the tom-toms are being used to signal the start of an evacuation drill. The volcano alert is relayed through the villages by the sound of the tom-toms. In the district of Magelang, at the foot of the mountain, there is an evacuation center which can take many residents if they lose their homes in a disaster. Set up by the district government, it is seen as essential infrastructure for people living close to a volcano. Check dams have also been built to deal with debris flows. The local authority could not afford heavy machinery, so the check dams were built by manual labor. At Sabo Technical Center, radar is used to watch for debris flows on the flanks of Mount Merapi. These are the warning signs for landslides. Unusual sounds. Cracks in the cliffs. Water seeping from the cliffs. Earthy aromas. Cascades of small pebbles from above the cliffs. Silted water in rivers and streams. These are all signs. By watching out for these signs and evacuating if necessary, local people can avoid disaster. The unusual sounds that warn of a landslide were identified by survivors of earlier disasters. First, a small landslide occurs on a cliff. Then the falling rubble begins to flow. The sound of this flow is a warning that a major landslide is about to happen. If you always stay alert for unusual sounds and things happening nearby, then you will be prepared in case a landslide happens. A debris flow moves faster than you would expect. It is important to flee at a right angle to the direction it is coming from, so as not to be caught by the flow. The dangers of landslide disasters are not widely known. So the first step in reducing landslide disasters is understanding the threat.